There is a potential ban on DJI drones in the US by December of 2025, and what happens between now and December is going to dictate how you and I are going to be able to fly drones going into 2026. Since 2017, the US Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Defense have been raising security concerns regarding surveillance and data collection from DJI drones. Regardless of your political views, both Republicans and Democrats have been finding ways to make DJI's presence in the US market more and more difficult. In 2024, the U.S. House of Representatives passed the Countering CCP Drones Act, which proposed adding DJI to the FCC covered list, ultimately banning DJI drones from using U.S. telecommunication networks, allowing us to fly our drones pretty much anywhere in the U.S. But now the real challenge ahead is the National Defense Authorization Act, aka the NDAA, has mandated an audit be conducted on DJI by December 23rd of this year in order to avoid being banned across the US. Now, even if an audit does happen before December, that does not mean DJI is going to be in the clear. There could easily be something else that pops up and automatically bans DJI from the US as well. Assuming the US government does nothing at all and the deadline expires with no audit conducted on DJI, the FCC would automatically ban DJI in the US. The question is, how is this going to affect you and me? It honestly will depend on the type of ban that is put in place by the FCC, because there is a soft ban and then there is what is called a strict enforcement. A soft ban essentially means we will no longer be able to purchase brand new DJI drones here in the United States, and DJI would not be able to certify or update new drone models with the FCC. Purchasing certain components to repair our drones would also be restricted, and as far as being able to update the firmware, that won't likely be allowed to happen either. So we would be operating our drones with firmware that eventually is going to become outdated. A strict enforcement would be worst case scenario, because not only would DJI be banned from selling brand new drones in the US, our current DJI drones would also end up potentially being massive paperweights, since DJI drones rely on licensed radio frequencies in order to operate. So a strict enforcement would cease our ability to just basically fly our drones anywhere here in the United States. Now, because DJI has a nearly 85% dominance in the US market for drones, this is going to cause a massive disruption for every industry that relies on DJI currently. With this dominance in the US market, other companies who have attempted to compete with DJI would end up being our next option. But those alternative options may or may not be good options to choose from. And even if you do find a drone that is similar to DJI, the price is going to be ridiculously higher than what you would have spent with DJI in the first place. To my knowledge, Anzu Robotics is going to be the closest thing to DJI drones here in the US because of their Raptor series drones, which look and operate identical to DJI's Mavic 3 Enterprise series. Granted, the ugly green paint job and ridiculous price point make it less attractive to me personally, but the reason Anzu has a drone that looks and operates the same as DJI is because DJI has licensed the hardware and design, which could be the key to how we move forward going into 2026. Even if a restrictive ban on DJI goes into effect, the ability for DJI to license their hardware and designs to US-based manufacturers or even manufacturers in other countries could essentially be the way that we are going to move forward buying drones next year. I'm very hopeful everything gets resolved before the deadline, but if not, I would at least hope that those of us who own DJI drones currently are still going to be able to operate them here in the United States, while other alternatives are being developed for the US market that we can at least look into down the road when we are ready to upgrade our drones. I hope this video has been helpful to you, and as new information comes out regarding this potential ban, I'll be updating the description of this video below with links to recent articles that talk more about this issue, because the threat is starting to become more and more real, and we all need to be aware of what's happening regarding this potential ban. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this quick little video I put together, and as always, I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.